I'm LeAnn Ostergaard with Scrapbook Expo, here to give you the tip of the day. I'm going to give you a tip on how to refurbish your Cricut mats. If you're like me, I use my Cricut every single day. I love my Cricut, but I run out of the mats constantly, and they're so expensive to run to the store and always be buying them. So I've come upon a real fun tip that will help you refurbish your mats and get more use out of them. So what you need is something that will take off stickiness, the gooey gummy on the mat, the old mat. And I found that Undo is a great product for this. This is one of my very favorites to do this with. So what you do is you'll take your Undo and you just go back and forth over the mat and saturate it pretty good. I let it sit for maybe 5 minutes so that it's working that glue, and then just take an old cloth and then just wipe it off really good. It's really gummy, so you might have to get a couple of cloths and go over it, and maybe even do a second coat of the Undo. Once you get all that gooiness off, then you'll take your mat and you'll wash it with soap and water and just scrub it down really good and dry it off really good. Now the key to this is to make sure that your mat is really dry. So after I dried mine, I let it just sit for a few minutes and then I came back to it, because if it's not dry, it won't adhere to the glue well. And then I got some of this wonderful glue from Rubber Cafe, and it's the Scrap Happy Sheer Glue. Love this stuff, and this really works well on this. Then after your mat is dry, you'll just take the glue and do the same thing. You'll just go back and forth over the mat real good so that you don't have a really thick coat, but you want enough on there that it's going to cover your mat. Once you do that, then just take a sponge brush and you're just going to go back and forth with it until you get that all smeared in evenly. And I go up and down as well as I go across it, and do it a couple of times to make sure that that is really smooth and you've got it all over your board. Now, the biggest thing to do that you need to make sure you do is to let this sit for at least 24 hours. Once this is sit for 24 hours, then you've got it ready to use and you can go ahead and use your Cricut. This is one that I finished this week and I have used it. I actually went and used it on a project that I was doing. I used it 7 different times on 7 different things, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's still really sticky. So I think you can get quite a few uses out of it. Definitely a bottle of glue and a bottle of Undo will save you a lot of money and a lot of time running to the store, and you'll be able to refurbish your Cricut pads. And that's my tip for the day. Thank you for being with us.